Morning. We are from WebTech Group 12. The group is consists of 3 members, which is me, Tai Wen Jun, Brandon Liew, and Ricky. So our presentation will divide into 3 parts, which is left, middle, and right. Which left part will present by Brandon Liew, and middle part will present by me, and right part will presented by Ricky. So we will start the presentation on the left part by Brandon Liew.
My name is Brandon and I'll be presenting assignment 2 web technology. So my part regarding assignment 2 is for the left part basically. So it includes the short film, the spectral, the brief, the background color, and the text, the vase. So now I'll move to the code. So as you can see, we have the HTML code, which has the bootstrap links and script and the font Google API, as well as our own vase.css. So we have the background image ID, and it has the absolute position, and the background image is of course the vase. Width and height is 100%. I'll keep going on to the next one, which is the main container. So the main container is basically everything. It's also absolute position and the flex display, and there's a justification of space between. Next is the short film. So not really the short film. Next is going to be the left part first. The left part is basically this whole area, and for the left part we can see that it's a display flex, and there's also the flex row of 1, flex string of 1, and an auto. So and there's a width of 20%. Next is the left part effect, which includes the spectral. So there's the background image, which is used to set the linear gradient color. And then we have the height, the content, and everything else here. And then next we have the left flex container, which is the short film. So basically it's just the directions and all to keep the short film here. And next is the short film box. So for the short film box, it's just basically the underline here. In the short film box we have the minimum height of 5px and so on. Okay, so next is the vase. So for the vase div, there's the text, the vase, and we transform it to uppercase, as well as set the color and the font and the height, so on. Next is the sorry, I skipped too much. Next is the brief ID. So in the brief ID we have the font size and so on. And next is the heading 6. And heading 6 has the margin of 10px and 20px for the top and bottom respectively. Next is the paragraph. So for the paragraph, I just make the mixed blend mode lighten attribute for the CSS. And next is the discover button. So for the discover button, we have the discover div first, and then we have the button. So for the discover div, there's a justification of flex start, and the display is flex start, and the display is flex, sorry. And the button is, as you can see, width of 100px, and we have the border, the padding, and the border radius, and so on to make it look like this. And so that's about it.
I'm Tai Wen Jun, and I will start presentation on the middle part of the interface, which is on this part. So, alright. So this is a HTML coding for the middle part, which is the center part. It was divided into the center uppers and the center bottoms. So to see clearly, the center upper is on this, and the center bottom is on this. So we have the CSS for this vocal part, with center upper with maximum width. Center part is with maximum width of 70%. Which is other 30% we will give in on the left and right parts. The display is flex, and the flex duration is column, so that the center upper and center bottom can be flexing in column by columns, and justification content will be space between. So for the center upper part, we will display by flex, because on the center upper we will display the image of the bars. So the content will be justified as centers, and align item will be on the flex end, because this item will be on the right side of the center upper. So the height will be 100%, which is take the fully height of the center uppers, and the flex duration is columns due to because that we have the picture display, title, underline, auto description, so that it will display picture, director, and then auto descriptions. So we also have the buttons, which is work area. We also display on the bottoms, so it will be displayed as columns. So it's come by columns. And then I will briefly explain about the center bottoms. So the center bottom is with a width of 100%, which is out of the 70% that center part contains, and the height is 200 pixels, which is leaving out the rest to the center upper. And the background is in a RGB 00, which is a black, and then the background will be a blur 10 pixels. So this displaying will be flex and the space around for the contents. And the padding for the top with 20 pixels and bottom will be a 10 pixels, which is leaving them 20 pixels on top, 10% at the 10 ps for the bottom. So for the feature container, which is the descriptions, which is on this photography sound graphics, is displaying a flex. So the width of each flex will be 23%, which is feature container. All of this feature container will be taking a 23% of it, and the flex direction will be from columns. So that the title photography will be displayed on the tops, and the description will display at the bottoms. So for the feature title, we will be on this color, which is kind of light blue. Yeah. So that's all for the center parts. Thank you.
I'm going to present the right part of our assignment. So this is the output. It's very simple. It's just only an icon, a menu icon, and another icon error. Okay, so for the code, first we use the flag concept. We create a division for the right part. So this is the CSS. So the display is flex, and the flex direction is the current, and the main axis alignment is the space between, so that the two flex spots will be pushed to the top and the bottom. So for the border left, we just simply use the border left. So there will be a line here. So inside the right part, so we have two divisions. Which is the icon for the menu icon, and another flex spot for the two arrow icon. So for the menu one, actually both we are using the same container for the menu and the right arrow and left arrow. So for the icon container, we just display as a flag, and the content will be put at the center. You can see here the menu icon is at the center, and also these two icons. So inside this division, we have the FVG tag for the icon. So for the bottom one also, so we group these two arrows into one division. So inside this division, we have only these two. Same with the menu above, using the same class and also the icon. Okay, so I think that's all from me. Thank you.